Greetings, patriots. Marvin the Boone here. You know, this wall is not just a wall, because we don't need no wall to keep these illegal aliens out of here. All we need is them to get off our backs. We could police up our own area. Once you take out a few of these clowns, the hype, the fake El Chapo hype that is the Mexican cartels, which we see now, is really nothing more than the Mexican government. El Chapo claims he gave the last president of Mexico 100 million, billion, trillion. Who cares? You know, it's all orchestrated between our government, their government, the cartel. What happened to the Zetas? They're going around cutting everybody's heads off. Right down in Mexico. Oh, we had movies like 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag with Joe Pesci, you know. Stuff like this. You know, it's all hype, man. It's all hype. These little people around here, they can't do nothing alone. They got to drive around when they do stuff. When they do their stuff, they got to drive around in 3 carloads because they can't do it alone. They're afraid to do anything alone. There's no such thing as a Mexican lone wolf. There ain't no lobo in the Mexican language. Okay? It ain't happening. In fact, they can't do nothing. Period. Look at them on a work site. They play grab ass all the time. All they do is fuck around, man. That's all they are, is a bunch of fucking assholes. Hey, I'm a racist. I admit it. How about you? I'm an American. I admit it. How about you? I'm not kidding around either. We piss around. We're fucking throwing away 200 billion motherfucking of our greenbacks that came off our fucking work sites, giving them to illegal aliens that are buying money orders and sending them to Mexico. So more of these dirtbags can come up here on your fucking dime that they stole out of your fucking pocket, off your fucking dinner table, and didn't even spend it here. They sent it back to Mexico, that money, in the form of a remittance. Their tax that they put on their own citizens up here in America, called the cargo system. And it's run through the churches, the pastors. They're the human traffickers. Look at your city government, your local village government, your 9-member panel of board of trustees and all this stuff. Everything they do is to cover up for these people. Everything they do. It's like they are their backup plan. You know, if their town gets flooded, oh, they'll call them for ready labor. They'll come down and fill sandbags. You know, they'll work for $5 an hour and you know, a promise of future work. That's your tax money, paying them. Just like scab labor on the workforce. Are you a nice guy because you don't say nothing? You got those other guys, those mean guys, sitting on a lawn chair out there on the sidewalk at the gate to the plant with a sign that says unfair labor practices. Because those guys paid dues for 30 years while they punished that company for not paying the proper wage to the workers till they finally got them up to speed. And then what happens? They bring in a bunch of these, they backdoored the workers by bringing in a bunch of scab laborers and getting something put into the contract that says that you don't really need to be in the union to work there. It'd be nice if you joined up and the other fellas might like you more. But you could still go to the picnic. And, you know, they can't force you to be a member of the union. You know, you just work there and benefit. Your wages are based on the fight, the struggle that the union workers went through for decades to get the company under the thumb to raise the wages. And now these dirtbags come sliding in the back door without proper workplace verification. They're allowed to even work, which is an I-9 form, immigration number 9 form, like love potion number 9. Every employee has to have an I-9 on record with the employer. Everybody in that warehouse. You know, if other employees, if other workers, if union employees don't start calling out the scabs, and the bosses that hire scabs, and a village that doesn't hire local, lawful, authorized to work in America, Americans, during these emergencies, and all they do is convert over their illegal landscaping crews into sandbagging crews or ditch digging crews or snow shoveling crews, and then those guys get called up when they really have a hiring process going on. See, that's the backdooring of America, and you let it happen. Bad enough the boss wants the guy to backdoor you, but you're dropping your drawers for the guy to backdoor you. The boss ain't doing that. You're doing it. Because you want to be a nice guy. You want to get invited to the picnic. You want to play fucking horseshoes while this dirtbag that snuck in the back fucking door shows up at that same picnic with 18 of his best buddies from the barrio and their relatives. And guess who gets beat up in the woods out there by some guy with a 5-year-old that he's banging against a tree because you saw him? He's going to beat the shit out of you. And guess what? He isn't even one of the employees. He isn't even a relative of an employee. He's a relative of a friend that the employee brought. That shouldn't have been allowed there in the first place. And you know what? That's an analogy, and that's what America is. You're getting the shit kicked out of you because you're witnessing somebody doing something they shouldn't be doing in the first place because they shouldn't be here in the first place. And because you saw it, they're going to kick the shit out of you. And because you ain't saying nothing all along, ain't nobody going to stop them. Or they're going to be afraid that they're going to get the shit kicked out of them. Or the man's going to show up at their house when they put a red flag law on their ass. And the man's going to ask you, now, do you have any more guns? Because, you know, if we find any, or if you're ever seen, or if anyone ever reports that you have another gun, you're going to be in big trouble, fella. And then we turn to pudding. We just knuckle under. We undo our drawers one more time, bend over, and let them do whatever the hell they want. You know why? Because we're Americans.